Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. At first, peace be upon you. How are you, my affectionate learners? I hope Allah has kept you well at home, and I am also well by our Almighty Creator's mercy. Okay. Today I will deliver my lecture on Unit 1, Lesson 1. And the title of this lesson is Nelson Mandela from Apartheid Fighter to President. Okay. In my earlier class, I told you, I asked you about Nelson Mandela. Do you know the name of Nelson Mandela? I think many of you are well known about this world figure, world famous political leader. Today, that means now, I am delivering the lecture on his activities which have made him a world famous political leader. Okay. He was one of the greatest political leaders in the world, Nelson Mandela. Nelson Mandela guided South Africa from the shackles of apartheid to a multiracial democracy as an icon of peace and reconciliation, who came to embody the struggle for justice around the world. Here, apartheid is a former political system and social system in South Africa, in which white peoples had full political rights. On the other hand, the black people are deprived of their fundamental rights. They have no right. They are forced to live in different places. They are forced to, their children were forced to go to separate school. That means they were treated like beasts. They have no rights. They could not enjoy equal opportunities provided by the state, by the government. Seeing this discrimination, that means these discriminations is racial discriminations. Seeing this racial discrimination, Nelson Mandela started a struggle against this racial discrimination, and he wanted to establish a multiracial democracy in South Africa. He came out to embody the struggle, and he became successful in his struggle. He turned the political system of South Africa and established there a multiracial democracy. Okay. While he started his struggle, world people support him, and the behind cause of supporting his struggle by the world people was his struggle was non-violence movement. Through non-violence movement, he wanted to bring change in South Africa's political system, and that is why people of the world supported his struggle, and he became an icon of peace and reconciliation. He struggled without shedding a drop of blood. He wanted to change the political system of South Africa without shedding a drop of blood. He believed that armed movement never give a nation or population of the world peace and justice. It only can only create repression, injustice, etc., agitation, etc. That is why he struggled. His struggle was non-violence movement. For this struggle, he was imprisoned. He was charged with capital offense in 1963, and in this trial he was imprisoned for nearly 3 decades. 1 decade means 1 decade equal to 10 years. That means he was imprisoned for 30 years. Okay. What was his offense? His offense was to establish a society in which every people will enjoy equal opportunities and every people will live together in harmony. It was his ideology. Okay? And for this demand, he was imprisoned. That means the white rulers sent him into prison for this legal demand. Okay. F.W. de Klerk, the then president of South Africa, freed Nelson Mandela 3 years earlier. That means after 27 years, Nelson Mandela was freed by F.W. de Klerk. He freed him to negotiate the end of apartheid. Apartheid means racial discrimination. This discrimination is on the basis of caste, creed, and color. The black people, both black and white people, are the total population of South Africa. There are black and white people. But white people were enjoying many facilities of the government and the black people were deprived of such facilities. Seeing this discrimination, our leader named Nelson Mandela started his struggle. Lastly, he became become successful and He established multiracial democracy in South Africa. Here, apartheid is the discrimination based on caste, color, and creed. Nelson Mandela's days of his in prison made him world famous figure. He became famous in the world. In 1993, he was awarded with Nobel Peace Prize jointly with F.W. de Klerk, the former president of South Africa, of white people. He was the leader, F.W. de Klerk was the leader of white people. In 1993, Nelson Mandela and F.W. de Klerk were awarded with Nobel Peace Prize jointly. And the following year, Nelson Mandela became the first black president of South Africa. He formed a political party named African National Congress, and which was elected in 1994 presidential election, and Nelson Mandela became the president of South Africa. Being the president of South Africa, he tried his best to establish equal opportunities for every people, for every race, for every caste. In 2004, he took his retirement from his political life and told the countrymen not to call me, but I shall call you. Through this statement, he wanted to explain, he wanted to say that don't call me again in political field. If I saw the former racial discrimination in the country, then I must call you. He spent his whole life against illegal systems of the world. He tried his best to establish the truth. And these activities make him one of the greatest leaders in the world. His friends called him Madiba. Friends adored Mandela and fondly called him Madiba. Madiba was his clan name by which he was known to them. Public people lauded his humanity, kindness, and dignity. On the criminal desk, he told, I hate race discrimination most intensely and in all its manifestations. I have fought it all during my life. I will fight it now and will do so until the end of my days, Mandela said in his acceptance speech on becoming South Africa's first black president. He spent his whole life for the well-being of his countrymen and to establish the truth. That is why he won the popularity of the world people. He died on 5th December 2013. But he is still an unforgettable figure in our memory, in the old history, in the old population heart. He made a permanent space in the heart of world population. Race discrimination here a few things are necessary to describe elaborately. One is apartheid. Apartheid is the former political and social system in South Africa in which white people had full rights and the black people of that country were fully deprived of such rights. They are forced to live in the separate area. Their children were forced to go to learn in different schools, and they have no opportunity of employment also. And racial discrimination is the difference on the basis of caste, creed, and color. In South Africa, before 1963, white people were enjoying all facilities. They governed the country, they dominated the country, and the black people of that country were oppressed, were treated bitterly. They have no right of getting any satisfactory jobs. The ideal of Mandela was to break down the cycles of apartheid and establish a democratic society in South Africa without shedding a drop of blood. This idea was accepted by the world people, and he got support of the world and became successful in his struggle. He is absent from he is died in 2013, but his activities, but his struggling system will remain among us forever. The people to come will follow his struggling system. His ideology was he wants to dedicate his life for the well-being of the countrymen and wanted to establish a democratic country. He wanted to turn South Africa into a democratic country. This was his ideology. He was famous for breaking the cycles of apartheid and making South Africa a multiracial democratic country. Mandela was awarded with Nobel Peace Prize only for his fight against apartheid without shedding a drop of blood. That means his struggle system was non-violence movement. He creates a movement, but it was non-violence. He did not want to shed blood. He did not want to continue these illegal systems which provided the opportunities only, especially the white people. He tries best to establish the society in which every person will live together in harmony and enjoy equal opportunity. That is why he was, and for this he was awarded with Nobel Peace Prize in 1993. I request you to go through the lesson and try your best to understand it clearly. You all have to enhance your understanding ability, because your question is divided into two parts. First part is reading test. After reading a text, what have you learned? Over this text, question maker will set some questions and you have to answer those questions. So, you have to understand the text. That means you have to enhance the understanding ability. And to enhance understanding ability, you must read more and more. You must go through the lesson several times. Only then you can answer the questions. I give you some question today for your home task. Who was Nelson Mandela? Why was he famous for? Why was Nelson Mandela awarded with Nobel Peace Prize? What was the ideology of Nelson Mandela? Okay, these 5 questions. You have to answer these 5 questions after reading the lesson. Going through the lesson, I think you all can answer the questions properly. Okay? Today, I will terminate my lecture here. See you again. Allah Hafiz. Stay home, stay safe. May Allah keep you safe and sound. Good day to you all.